I wanted to bring this up just to put it out here. Everybody, again, has their own experiences, but this is what I've learned. Somebody had posted within one of my other groups that I belong to. They had posted a question. They were looking for an apartment or for a flat. They had reached out to somebody here, I believe it was here in Spain, that had an apartment for rent. And they had just reached out and said, "How much is the rent?" And the person that owned the property said, "Tell me about yourself." And the person that was looking for the apartment said, "Can you just tell me how much the rent is?" And the person said that was owning the apartment said, "If you don't want to tell me about yourself, good luck." So here's the thing. The person that was looking for the apartment wasn't trying to be rude, wasn't being rude. And the person that actually has the apartment wasn't being rude. But the thing is this, here in, especially right now in Spain, I can't speak for other parts of the world, but I know right here in Spain, it's the owner's market right now. So what happens is, if you are looking for an apartment, it is best that you do an introduction. Call it your dating profile for seeking an apartment. But I feel from what I've seen is it's best to do an intro of who you are, where you're from, how long you'll be here, maybe what you do. It may seem a little overwhelming, like why they gotta know all that? How come they just can't tell me how much the rent is and keep it moving? Just let me know so I'll know if I can afford the place. I get that. I really do. But also, it just seems like from what I've experienced, if you lead with hi with an introduction of who you are, it speaks to them and they will really consider you. Because what will happen is usually is this, if you tend to just reach out and be like, how much is the rent? You might get a response. You may. But if you lead with your intent, it is more likely to catch the owner's attention. I liken it to, and I've never bought a house. I've never bought a house, but I know like sometimes if there's like a major bidding war for a property that somebody wants to buy, and the owners are like, I this is just going crazy, but it has to end soon. I have to make a decision. Sometimes a realtor will tell you, write a personal letter to the owner about you, about your family, touch them, tug at the heartstrings, touch them, and let them know that you're a good person. So when you're trying to find an apartment, like if here in Spain, a lot of places they post their listings of their property on Idealista, and I have a whole profile on Idealista, even though I'm not planning on moving now for I don't want to move, not for a while. But on Idealista, I do have a profile. And when I reach out, when I was first looking to see about possibly moving from here, whenever I would reach out to an owner, or if I would see a property, I would do a little, maybe 5 sentences that just says, again, who I am. Hi, I'm Yolanda. I've lived here for a year. I work remote. I've, been, this is my, well, I don't say what my income is, but I just tell them like I work in accounting. I have family here, whatever it is, to kind of get their attention and let them know that I'm a human being and I'm not here for just like 2 weeks or whatever it is, maybe, you're here for 6 months, whatever it is that can possibly get their attention. So just know that I would just suggest that don't necessarily take it personally just because, somebody, the person is listing the apartment asked you about yourself. They're not psycho. They're not trying to get over on you. They just want to know that you're not somebody that's going to be a fly by night or something like that. Okay, they want to know you. It's a dating profile for apartments.